Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. From the very beginning, nobody expected things to take this kind of turn. Not the fans, not the media, not even those who were already convinced that something deeper had always existed between Lee Min-ho and Kim Go Eun. Because just when everyone thought the tension between them had finally calmed down, just when people believed the previous moment, that unexpected touch, was the peak of their story, a new twist emerged. A twist that not only reopened old speculations but ignited an entirely new wave of chaos, excitement, and frenzy across the entire fandom. Tonight, we're taking you inside the moment that happened quietly, secretly, and away from the flashing cameras. The moment that revealed something no one expected. Lee Min-ho wasn't done. Not even close. And the next move he made, subtle yet powerful, soft yet bold, changed everything. It all started after that touch, the one that sent fans spiraling into emotional meltdown. It was a simple moment, barely a few seconds long, but captured at exactly the right angle and shared at exactly the wrong time. The kind of moment that didn't need words because the eyes told the whole story. The kind of moment that made even casual viewers pause and whisper, "Wait, are they really?" But while the world was replaying that clip over and over, making edits, slowing down frames, analyzing micro-expressions and wrist movements, Lee Min-ho was nowhere to be seen. The actor disappeared from public view for a short while, strategically, quietly, intentionally. And that's when fans started to believe perhaps it was just an accident, a coincidence, a scene misunderstood. But what happened minutes after that moment proved otherwise. Because instead of distancing himself, instead of letting the storm die down, instead of pretending nothing happened, Lee Min-ho made a move. A move no one saw coming. A move that shocked even the most loyal followers of his career. Witnesses who were present backstage described it as something soft yet penetrating. A gesture that didn't fit a scripted interaction. Something that carried the weight of a long-kept emotion, a familiarity that you simply cannot fake. According to sources present, after the cameras were turned off and the staff began to disperse, Lee Min-ho walked purposefully, almost too quickly, toward the quiet area behind the set. And there, away from the chaos of the shoot and the unnecessary noise, he approached Kim Go Eun again. People around them thought it would simply be a quick exchange, maybe something formal or work-related. But what happened next did not resemble anything professional. Lee Min-ho leaned in, not too close, but close enough for anyone observing to know this wasn't casual. There was a softness in the way he positioned himself, almost protective, as if shielding the moment from the world. And then he said something to her, something quiet, something private, something only she could hear. Kim Go Eun looked up at him with an expression fans would later obsess over, a mix of surprise, warmth, and something deeper, something that looked like recognition. But that wasn't the moment that caused chaos. The chaos began after. It began when Lee Min-ho, instead of stepping away, instead of keeping his distance, instead of letting the moment fade, did the one thing everyone thought he would avoid. He reached for her again. A subtle gesture. A light touch on her arm. A moment so brief that it could have been missed if someone blinked. But those who saw it swear it wasn't just a friendly pat, nor was it accidental. It was intentional, deliberate, and undeniably personal. And that's when everything exploded. Staff members exchanged glances. A few froze. And some, according to online whispers, immediately felt the tension shift in the air, like they were witnessing something they weren't supposed to see. But the most astonishing part? Kim Go Eun didn't pull away. She didn't flinch, didn't look startled, didn't step back. She simply responded with a soft expression, one that held more meaning than any script could ever capture. And just like that, the energy between them changed. It was subtle, but powerful enough for those nearby to sense it. The kind of shift you feel rather than see. The kind that tells you something has evolved. Quietly, slowly, but undeniably. Minutes later, as Lee Min-ho walked away, a staff member reportedly whispered, "This isn't just chemistry. This is history." But the true chaos didn't come from the staff. It came from what Lee Min-ho did next, after leaving the backstage area. Because instead of returning directly to his van, instead of slipping away from the building, instead of avoiding attention, Lee Min-ho stopped, turned, and looked back in her direction. The cameras weren't rolling. The stage lights were off. There was no script to follow, no character to play. It was Lee Min-ho, not the actor, not the star, not the king of K-drama. Just the man, standing there in the dim lighting, stealing one last glance at Kim Go Eun as she walked away in the opposite direction. A glance filled with longing. A glance that only someone who has cared deeply, maybe for years, would ever show. And in that moment, everything suddenly made sense. The interviews where he spoke about her with eyes that softened. The behind-the-scenes clips where he lingered just a second too long. The reactions he had to her laughter, her gestures, her presence. The quiet admiration that seemed to seep through every interaction. Suddenly, all those puzzle pieces aligned. But the moment that truly set the internet ablaze came shortly after, when fans noticed something on his phone just before he got into his van. A notification, a pop-up, a familiar profile picture, one that fans immediately recognized. It was Kim Go Eun's. Was it a message? A missed call? A photo she sent? Nobody knows. But the timing was too perfect, too suspicious, too intimately timed with everything that had just happened minutes prior. Fans didn't need confirmation. That single glimpse was enough to fuel 1,000 theories, 1,000,000 edits, and an entire storm of emotions online. And just when things reached peak speculation, when fans were already screaming, panicking, crying, and celebrating, believing they had seen everything, that's when Lee Min-ho made the real unexpected move. A move subtle enough to look innocent, yet bold enough to send shockwaves through the entire fandom. Late that night, without warning, he posted something on social media. Not a photo of them, not a direct message, not anything obvious. But a caption, short, poetic, vague, yet eerily aligned with the moment he shared with her. A caption about timing, about fate, about meeting someone at the right moment. And fans lost their minds. The comments section exploded with chaos. People demanded explanations. Others connected the dots instantly. Some insisted it was a coincidence, but most knew better. Because Lee Min-ho had never posted anything like that after a normal workday. And definitely not on a night filled with whispers about him and Kim Go Eun. This wasn't coincidence. This wasn't fan